She was just giving me kisses. And so I'm joining a stand-up comedy class. Yay! Because I clearly don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. And I thought it would be a good experiment to see if I could whip together like a 15 minutes ish. We'll see how long this goes. Mesh of some of my best stand-up bits and jokes and stuff, and see if I could pull this fucking shit off. Now, for the end, um, pretend that there's an audience around you because it'll involve crowd participation. And if you've got dissociative identity disorder, all the better. So here we go. If I can stop not being distracted by her. I want tonight to be a learning experience. I want everybody to come out here and know more about yourself and the world than you did before. So I'm going to start off by teaching you something, though, that I don't know if I should be. Because if you hear any helicopters whirring, see any unmarked vans in your front yard, or red dots on your head that weren't there before, my bad. But I figured all this shit out. I figured out why the world is so fucked up. All right? I figured out why there's inequality. I figured out why we haven't done anything to address climate change. I figured out why Citizens United exists. Shadow billionaires are selling weapons to countries all over the fucking world, including ones we go to war with. And it's at our taxpayers' expense. I know what the fuck is going on. It starts off, we're talking about the Illuminati here. And first off, it's not what you think. It's not like people think the Illuminati, like that stupid fucking pyramid with the eyeball. That's their symbol. Are you fucking crazy? You're supposed to be the most secretest of the secret organization to keep their identity a secret. And why don't we just put our work logo on the most commonly used thing in the United States? Aha! Makes sense, right? Like so. No, it's not what you think. In fact, it starts off very simply. It starts off with the first question. All of us, you do too. We ask ourselves as soon as we wake up, even right before, should I masturbate or is that going to make me sleepy again? Like, right before you even can think about that shit, you think to yourself, where the fuck are all the dragons? Right? Where the fuck are they? Where'd they go? No. We're all obsessed with it. It's all we can think of as a species in society. There's no question about that. Because you think about it, which, you don't have to because you already do first thing in the morning, but spread across mythology throughout the entire world, you see fucking dragons. Like in Europe, spread throughout that, you got the Game of Thrones dragon. In Asia, you got the Shenron dragon. And also in Ireland, because A, we're that cool, and B, contrary to popular belief, all the Dragon Balls, they're not scattered around the world. They're all in Ireland. So it's a lot less work to find them. And if you have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about when I say Dragon Balls and Shenron, my hope is that you've got a millennial son. He'll patch you right in. So, dragons! Where'd they go? So we're gonna keep that off to the side, even though it's impossible because we're thinking about that 24/7, all of us, and have for a goddamn long time now, especially since they started hiding. So we think about that, but now I'm gonna bring up a conspiracy theory that seems like bullshit. Very easy to just brush aside. Um, but folks, it's real. It's fucking real. They live, they exist, whatever the name of that lame ass movie was with the glasses. The world is governed by billionaire lizard people, cold-blooded bastards. Yeah, you're these fucking douchebags who just want to kick in the nuts or cunt. Like, your Bezos, your Elons, your Taylor Swift. Ugh. Yeah. Now, if I offended any Swifties out there, here's a question for you. How the fuck can you defend enjoying an artist where the catchphrase that she didn't come with, like, I don't blame her, because anyone that's a moron and does stupid shit but makes a shit ton of money from it, that's my dream. Okay, so I mean, I get that, but when you have to defend liking Taylor Swift by saying, well, she writes the songs herself, this is what I have to say. Farts. I don't know what is means. Whoa! You know what that was? That was a song, and I just wrote it. Where's my fucking Grammy? It would be best alternative song, but it would be fucking there. I mean, if Taylor Swift is up there, I should be for that one. So they are cold-blooded dragons. And also, kind of another side note, you want to know how you start the revolution against the 1%? Hijack their private planes. Because everybody thinks that, you notice hordes of them are moving to Texas and Florida, and they claim and say it's about the taxes. I don't know. That's a diversion. It's because if they don't go south for the winter, they will die. Okay? This way, they can just stay down there year-round and bask on the rock. So you hijack the planes, you fucking go up north, and as long as global warming, you find a place that hasn't been savaged by global warming, somewhere in the Yukon, you kick them out of the fucking plane, and there you go. Like, they won't even have enough time to gather and build their own society of assholes. So we got the lizard people. And we got, there's going to be a hierarchy of, smart reptiles. Obviously, the dragons are higher than the lizard people. So if that's the case, the dragons are fucking telling the lizard people what to do. And what they're telling the lizard people to do is let global warming happen and hoard all the wealth. Why would a dragon want all the wealth? Well, who here has seen The Hobbit and or knows mythology, and what the fuck do dragons eat? Treasure. I rest my case. Here's a separate thing. How pissed off were the rest of the Beatles when Paul brought up the idea for Hey Jude? It's just like, all right, lads, gather round. All right. So you know how most of our songs are barely 2 minutes and are all love songs? I've got an idea for a song that will be considered by many to be the best song we've ever written. And it's 7 minutes long. It will play in total on the radio every single time. And John, it's about your family. No, that's very kind of you, Paul. What's the song about? Well, how your son's name is Julian, and you're with Yoko now. Yes. It's about how much he fucking hates the both of you. All right, this is how he takes a sad song and makes it better. I'm not thrilled to hear about this, Paul, but keep going on. All right. So the song's gonna be called "Hey Jude," but that's not my son's name. I don't give a flying fuck. And so the first 3.5 minutes are going to be again, and don't forget that Cynthia hates you fuckers too. About how much specifically Julian, a small child that is disillusioned, can't stand you guys. And that's just the first 3.5 minutes. I mean, half of me is relieved that you didn't write a 7-minute song only about that. Oh, I did, but I figured out the last part. Got a little bit lazy, just like how God gave up on making the universe in a week. Another reason why that we're all fucked up. Okay, what is it? All right. So the first half is me. Or the first half is me singing, and the second half is you and a bunch of other people going no, 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 no. Hey Jude, and then intermittently I go Jude, Judy, 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 wow, and it's gonna be our biggest hit. And John's a little pissed off about that. George is in the background going, and Ringo's going, I'm just gonna play me drums. Me drums. Me drums, you guitar. You guitar, you bass, me drums. You notice that the British, they'll use me instead of my. Like when you say me, it's like, it's like me house, me ice cream, me blowjob. Sounds like you're introducing yourself as if you were a caveman. Like, hello, my name is Blowjob. I mean, come on, what the fuck? This is the language you invented. Don't make Americans sound smarter, okay? There's a bunch of reasons so they should be pissed off at themselves. Like, yeah, they use me instead of my. That's a fucking thing, isn't it? What the fuck is a thing? It's a fucking thing! Please don't tell me you mean T-H-I-N-G. Yeah, it's a fucking thing! This is definitely a fucking thing, sir! You got no idea what the fuck you're saying? Literally! Like, what the fuck? All right, like if your accent is too thick to phonetically pronounce your language the right way, and it is with certain British people, go fuck yourself. I mean, I realize I'm Irish, and we don't. Most of us, you can't understand what the fuck we're saying. But A, it's because we're wasted all the time, and B, we used to speak Gaelic, which that might have been an actual phrase that I just made up on the cuff. Of the you know what I mean, and cuff. Yay. And so that's and they've used different words and phrases than us. Like instead of elevator they say lift, and that almost comes off as mean to me, because an elevator is, I'm being elevated, yay, it's a raise, a promotion, I'm going to heaven. Like a lift is just, come here, you fucking thing. Like it's like a fucking banker's box, it is, you know what I mean? They're resentful. You shouldn't have resentful elevators. They try to overcompensate, seem smarter than us. And they'll say things like, instead of aluminum, they say aluminium. Wrap those leftovers in aluminium, because they want to sound smarter than us Americans who go aluminum. Like, come on, guys, that's all you can think of. Whatever direction blowjobs go, or penises in general, and so that's fucking stupid. Now here's a fucking this is a sentence we've all heard TV and movies, English people saying. That on the surface seems fine, but when you think about it, you've thought about it too much, like me. Fancy a drink, mate? All right, first off, I'm not your mate. Yet. You'll have to win me over, boys. I am not just some French whore. So fuck that. Is it a fancy drink? Get like some nice old whiskey, cognac. Ooh, got some Lagavulin 16. Nope, it's just expired Diet Pepsi and SoCo. Thanks. And now we get to the real big can of worms, just Pandora. You don't want to think about this, but you're going to now. Fancy is an adjective. It's not a verb. You do not want to turn adjectives into verbs. You don't want to go down that fucking road, because you can call someone fancy and it's like, probably wearing a monocle. And in the same way, you can call someone a shithead. And I don't think that the act of giving or receiving shithead, no. And it's not two words. It's not shit or space head is not even a hyphen. It's shithead. And because if it was at least shit head, it's lackluster fellatio. It's like, damn, that bitch uses teeth. But no, it's shithead. You can use your imaginations to think of that one. Use your noodle toodle. That's what my elementary school art teacher would say. And aren't you glad that you learned these things in elementary school? So, I know I'm definitely gonna be over 15, but whatever. And so that's just no. So, but I gotta give the British some credit when it comes to their own comedy and when they make fun of themselves, because the British hate themselves. I think more than any other country on the planet, as they should. Saying that as an Irishman, we hate ourselves, but we take pride in it. So the British hate all themselves. That's why every joke that a Brit makes about the British is, oh, we're a bunch of conservative racists. Isn't that funny? I guess. And so seems like a half hour. Who cares? And but they're at least honest, and that's something that this country is sorely lacking. Is a lack of low self-esteem. Only half of us are, and the people that are stormed the Capitol, and the other half, the people that hate themselves, are registered Democrats. Because when it comes to being a leftist, as the democratic Marxist I am, and self-hatred, which I wrote the book on, and I've got ADD, so just reading a pure article that isn't on screen is difficult for me. Yeah, I know what I'm fucking talking about. I would be much more docile. Why do you think the British gave up on trying to, rule the world? Once they started fucking up, they're like, and there you fucking go. So, yeah, I should just keep going, do an hour set. So great to be able to just legally smoke weed now. Little toys, like I got him from the crane machine. So I give the British credit for that. Thanks, mate. Okay, back the fuck off. Now, but that's a fucking laugh. It's done. It's over. Any respect I tried to have, it's done. It's not a laugh. It's a joke. You laugh to the joke. Like, you invented the stupid language. Do not make Americans seem smarter than you. Well, this is why we won the fucking war. I mean, that's what it all comes down to. So that's why when I think of you fuckers and how terrible you are at everything, I think, that's Woody Woodpecker and SpongeBob mixed together, because I couldn't pick which one to do. Shithead. Well, maybe I'll lighten things up. If the idea of shithead is too much for you, let's here's the bit where just pretend that you're in an audience and you've already regretted paying money to see me with no refunds at this fucking point. You still smoking Southern States on stage? Southern States on stage doesn't matter. Here's the thing. I want you people to learn more. It's important. Education in this country is bullshit. So here's what I'm going to do. Here's a little Psych 101 if you never took the class. I would like, you can close your eyes, you can keep your eyes open. I understand why you would do either. If you keep your eyes open, get ready for some fun. And no lying, but who here knows what the Oedipus complex is? And then you pause for people being like, oh, I didn't think you'd say that. And eventually someone would have to explain and be like, no, and I would say, I want you to explain it to the people that didn't raise their hand. It's not my burden of responsibility. Like, and hopefully they do, and hopefully the reaction is just as disgusted but intrigued as you'd hope it would be. At least as much you'd hope I would. At least I hope it would be. At least as high as I hope it would be. So, yeah, or 20 minutes, whatever. Maybe. Nah. Anyway, um, so yeah, I can just go at a slower pace now. So this is the bit you want elongated, I'm sure. Uh, so that's what the Oedipus complex is. It's what was explained. If you don't know what it is, it means you want to fuck your parents. Anyway, so where do we start unpacking that one? Well, most obvious one is that you know, if I think of the two people that either of my parents would get pissed off at cheating on each other with the other one, it has to be me and my brother. Like, I don't want to ruin Thanksgiving. I mean, fuck. I already dislike turkey as much as it is. Um, so yeah, the Oedipus complex was developed by a guy that was once called the modern father of psychology. And I say once, as in it's not modern anymore. And his name was Sigmund Freud. I'm getting very sleepy, Vienna asshole. And his idea was that essentially all of life's problems are due to the fact deep down you want to fuck your parents. Interesting. I have borderline personality disorder, which is the same one that Pete Davidson has, which makes me great at parties. So, I can take my fucking time now. When I know when you have borderline, you project like crazy. Like I've been able to rein that down. My ex-wife has borderline, and there's a reason that she lives on the opposite coast as me right now. That's how far she needed to get the fuck away from me. I mean, but yeah, if he was alive nowadays, and you go to him and you're just like, yeah, I get a lot of anxiety, like on trains and subways and airplanes, especially just in crowded places. And Freud would be like, "You're getting very sleepy. The reason you have anxiety around people is because you want to fuck your parents." Ta-da! College course, like. And it's aside from a lot, the obvious bullshit. The name is bullshit. He didn't think that hard about it because, in case you didn't take theater 101, the Oedipus complex is named after an old ass play called the Tragedy of Oedipus. So you should feel better right now knowing it's called the Tragedy of Oedipus. Here's what it is. Oedipus was a person that was an adopted child, and he went on to be a mighty ruler that conquered and slayed many a kings and took many land. And then he did this one asshole. He's like, guess what, fucker? I'm going to take your wife and I'm going to fuck her. And a lot of you that don't know what it is are probably going, uh-oh! So, what? Yeah, they fucked. He kept his word. But they found out that mother and son. And it wasn't like that, one episode of Boardwalk Empire where, Jimmy was too drunk and his mom was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna fuck him. Like, no. They reacted much more appropriately. The mom did the most obvious thing that you would do in this circumstance, and that is kill her. She killed herself. And you're thinking, I've got a lot more respect for her. This ain't Game of Thrones territory. The dragons were Game of Thrones territory. But no, she killed herself. And good old Eddie P. Eddie, he took it a step further. I think it's a tribute to his mother, who he knows is burning in hell, and he might as well do something in solidarity. So what does old Eddie do? He rips his eyeballs out of his fucking sockets. Yay! I mean, kind of like, yay! Thank God he did that. That way, if that ever happened to me, but I wasn't ready to kill myself, there you go. You know, you take them out like they're grapes. Like, seriously. So even Oedipus didn't have the Oedipus complex. This was a guy that realized, shit, I want to fuck my mom. I want to make this everyone's problem by taking all their problems and using this to make it the problem for the problem. Problem solved. So, yeah, it's dumb. I mean, does it make you think about fucking your parents? And have I done this bit so much mentally that I don't at all anymore, and I could just rifle it off? And you are probably just being like, okay, this was fucking stupid to watch. Let's liven it up. But we're still gonna need some audience participation. Whom of you would be interested in just fucking trying, just one teensy little morsel? You wouldn't know where it came from. You wouldn't know why or how it's there. No one would find out you tried it. You just know to be safe. Could just a little bite, no more than an ounce, can be prepared any way you want. I usually prefer my steaks and burgers to be medium well to well done. In this case, I'm going fucking rare, motherfuckers. Just a little bit. Can add a little bit of seasoning, not too much. Just a taste of human meat. I would. Come on. You know you would. You know, don't be a fucking pussy. You know, you want to a little bit. Come on. You know, just a bite. Just a little teensy bite, okay? First off, the fucker's already dead. Like, what are you going to do? What are you going to fucking do? If you're Jesus or a necromancer, maybe there's a moral dilemma, okay? Otherwise, it doesn't fucking matter. So, you know, and I think actually it makes a lot of good. It makes more sense morally as long as the fucker's already dead to do that, because this way you know if you're a cannibal or not. Because if you're just like, oh, this tastes like shit, you move on with your day, okay? You go tra-la-la-la-la, skipping down the golden brick road, okay? If you do like it, and you're looking at the scientist, you know, with his clipboard writing his shit, and you think to yourself, you know, he's a fat fuck, but he looks like he's a little muscular too. Somebody get me a fucking bib. Then you know. And you proceed from there. And you go to Freud, and it's too bad he's, again, not alive, so you can be like, I ever want to eat people. The reason you want to eat people is because you want to fuck your parents. And so, yeah. So, again, I want this to be a learning experience. I want people to feel better about themselves as they naturally should after this. So I would assume, just to sort of tie everything together, that at least at this point now, you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, I either am or am not an incestuous cannibal that likes to either give or receive shithead. If you're not, then you're probably going to want to fucking fly your ass to Ireland, get the Dragon Balls, and wish I never had any interest in stand-up comedy. So yeah, I gotta trim that in half, and or not. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed wasting literally over a half hour at this point. Damn. If this is the first thing you did in the morning after thinking about the dragons, you totally should have jerked off instead. Bye.